Yo, everybody, what's up? This is I'm gonna stop saying like you know what track this is. If you listen to the first mixtape, you should. I'm gonna go in order for the most part, if not all the time. There's gonna be a couple of bonus tracks, you know, thrown up in there from here and there, but I mean, it follows the same order, so you should know which one this is. But I'll rename them, you know, for again ownership. I'm gonna stop saying that too. Y'all should get the notion by now. Uh, we're gonna talk. I'm also gonna talk about a little bit how I created it, cause you know a lot of people could debate. Well, how'd you make the remix tapes? Well, I used Audacity. I used the older computer, my Lenovo, and downloaded Audacity. I mean, that's a shout out Audacity. It's a cheap pro. It's free. I mean, and I was able to learn how to throw the tracks on there. I used some MP3 converters and got the beat and did some chopping and screwing and threw my made a space so I could, when I went and laid it down, I was able to do so. So there's that, what I'm saying, and mostly and it's kind of debated, some because you have the original song that you did the remix for, and then you have someone that created the instrumental for it. So I mean, if you could find the tracks that I did a remix for and you created that instrumental, you could prove that, I'll give you some credit. Like, I ain't here to take all the credit. I mean, if you haven't understood by now, I'm not here to take all the credit. I'm giving credit where it's due. But I did create that stuff, what I'm saying, regardless, as you heard on the second Old Me New to You tape too. It got more crispy. I made beats just off of the song when there was no instrumental available. The I Changed remix, I'll get there later. But yeah, I created that myself. So, with or without you. Anywho, so let's hop into it. Sometimes you gotta burn everything down, to build a new you. My sunsets arrived, though I'm not there yet. The new me is in the horizon and I'm scared to death. Rising is the goal, I will confess, but my arrival there is kind of a stretch. I'm blessed, yeah, I'm blessed. This is on my chest, people are graduating. I'ma run the rest that have it unless I'm dreaming or overreacting. I'm lacking a reaction of the product, supposed to be me chasing my passions. Passive aggressive, passive depressive. I messed up on that on the tape, by the way. It's supposed to be passive aggressive, passive depressive. By the way, too, in the future when I upload lyrics, if you find that I messed up somewhere and I said something elsewhere, that's an Easter egg I'm leaving for you. If you could do that, there's some sweepstakes I'll do. If you could do that, I'll give you a little gift or a little something like that. Shout you out. But I do that on purpose. Alright, I'll pass on all these antidepressants already reckless in me to proceed to bleed what's on my sleeve. I need these. Excuse me. Let me chew this thing real quick. And I just want y'all to know, like, a lot of y'all be like, well, this isn't put together well. I was like, I've done a remix literally from my car with the record button. I've also done, just had my computer screen on and did a remix there for Washed Out, Feel It All Around. You can check that out too. You know what I'm saying? But, if this is what you need. Okay, but it's life, man. We taking away from life too much. Alright? It's simple. We making it way too difficult. Way too difficult. Alright, back to the track. Passive aggressive, passive depressive. I pass on all these antidepressants already reckless in me to proceed to bleed what's on my sleeve. I need these demons to bite my heat. Don't bite my weed, for I reap what I sow. I made my bed, I'm lying in it, more like dying in it, crying that my life is far from finished. I know when he wants me, he can have me. Monsters under my bed, yet I won't let them grab me or the dagger stab me. I'm kinda happy somebody slap me or pinch me. I get paid that bi-weekly. Simply, at least I got a teammate to help me survive. If things decide to hit the fan, she'll be down the ride. Window to my soul is in my eyes. Let me be the guide to my provided sunshine, sunset, sunrise. I'll see the blinds open and close. I see shells on the seashore. Hey, yo, let's go. The monologue's the same. I mean, y'all heard that on the tape, but let's go ahead and do it again. This ain't much of a technical track, man. It's just me venting. I remember I was at King Super's, man. I was an overnight stalker. If I wasn't pushing cars first, Man, that stuff was rough, I'll tell you. Had to work your ass off just to get nowhere, you know. I was trying to get promoted in the company, started as, general merchandise, man, and they were like, we're gonna promote you, man. Just keep working hard, we got you. That didn't happen. I started working overnight, grocery, doing my thing there. I went to 5, 6 different stores. And they said they were gonna promote me again if I put in the work. I think I went to 4 main stores and there was like 2 or 3 I went back and forth, just looking back on it. They said they were gonna promote me again if I put in the work. I put in the work there too, man, and nothing happened. So I got over, man. I got over it. I had to get out of there. This is also just a quick review on other jobs too. If I left your job, it was for a reason. Most likely it was because your lead or the manager didn't give me enough love and support, or I was what's the terminology? Rabbit with a carrot on a string. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different analogies, but I'm sitting here going to school at the same time. If not, I'm busting it. And it's like you don't have enough guts to tell me in person like I'm not fast enough or something. And even if you did tell me that, especially grocery, people told me I wasn't fast at throwing. Bro, I'm not gonna sit here and throw my butt off running up and down the aisle and then go to school and do college grade classes and then still have responsibilities in a relationship to take care of. Y'all tripping. Alright, y'all tripping. And also, there's people working overtime. I've seen people working 20 hours without a break. I go home and I come back, they still there. Just throwing that out there. Kroger King Supers, get it together. Alright, this is the second verse, just so y'all know. This, if I have to say it, yes, I am addicted to pornography. What happened is, I guess, solo polyamorous, again, primary relationship. But like I said in the past, I couldn't deal with that. I didn't know I was polyamorous. Like, how am I going to tell people that? A lot of people were like, well, you're a cheater. You hurt me. You did this and that. It's like, I love women. Like, what's wrong with that? I love flowers. You know what I'm saying? I'm a butterfly that loves flowers. Like, what? You going to tell me I can't sit here and appreciate a flower? You know what I'm saying? Come on out here, man. All right, verse 2. After the last time I masturbated, wonder if it would cease to exist if I were castrated. I hate it, so why do I keep doing it? Figured if I'm me myself, then I would ruin it. That's any bond, any relationship. Over sexualizing gets my blood racing quick. It's all bravado, just a false pretense. I pretend intent, camping in my own sin, so sick. Damping the flames, concealing the pain, feeling the rain, thumping the pain, something to gain, clenching in chains, avoiding the gaze, shrouded in haze, lost in the maze, corny, I need someone to blame. Personal responsibility is killing me, I'm feeling the energy, I need to complete this synergy. I'll rid of me to create a new me, a few bucks, a few bucks, save a few G's, no less, feel the breeze, I faint. So before I get into the other monologue, what I want y'all to understand about the song creation process is that, and you'll hear that in some of my music, is I mess up. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear like a perfected song and you don't realize how many takes it took, for somebody to get the finished product that you have. You don't know how many times somebody messed up. You don't know how many takes it took, or like all the technical issues. So give people credit. I feel like so many people want music pushed out like this and that and the other. Just snap, snap, snap. Push out this next project. And I'm just like, y'all don't know what it takes. I miss the days where you could spend like 4 years on an album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's front to back a masterpiece. I feel like y'all are expecting too much as consumers. And it's like, if y'all want more as a consumer, then what y'all need to do is shoot, I feel like a lot of y'all need to try to make a track yourself and understand the process of that. And from that point, just give people credit, man. Give people a break. Alright, I'm gonna get into the second monologue. So another story, I was working at Caribou Coffee and Einstein Bagels, man. I was the baker, man. It started off good, man. I don't know why I said man so many times. I had to get off at least 10 to 6 a.m. shifts, because that's why I was working at King Supers. It was 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. that wasn't working, so at least 2 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. would work a little better, man. So I slacked bagels. I started being a baker. Oh no. Dang, man. I just hit this Focusrite thing. I got this Bose. Oh yeah, Bose. Real quick, it's a review too. Your headphones have been good. I won that from Dish Network, and they've been treating me real good. So thank you very much for that. Honestly, putting on the Bose headphones, you know, when my pops is chewing me out, he's saved us from a lot of fights. Additionally, a lot of the time. So. And that goes to show, like, a lot of y'all support people but don't know what they're going through. Like, support somebody once you know what they're going through. So, anywho, all right, let's continue. So I slacked bagels. I started being a baker, and I never thought I'd be a baker. You know, so we grew up. I don't know what I said. I had to train in another store for like 2 weeks before I could come back, and everybody else was training. I thought, man, that's another story. I'll elaborate on that story now. As I went to the Einstein Bagels off of Colorado and Yale, and I forgot my trainer's name. I wouldn't say her name right here anyway, but thank you for training me. I trained with her a couple of weeks, and that whole crew was cool. And I trained there before I went back to Caribou Coffee and Einstein Bagels. Going on, it's just a long story short. I'm doing my job, man, and I put in the work, so I figure I could take a break whenever I want to, as long as the work is done. Excuse me. I let the beat go though. Just a little break though, man. But yeah, just know that sometimes your work doesn't get recognized, man, and you just got to keep putting in the work. I learned, my pops told me just do good in school so I could avoid all this bullshit. Avoid not getting treated how I should. I advise you do the same thing, because if I could take it back, I would. Another quick break. I'm not gonna bleep it out, honestly, because it's real. It's like a tornado wrecks a town. You can't censor that, so I'm not gonna censor a word for you. So I mean, if you want to do it, obviously you see me DJ my own projects and edit my own stuff with the help of other people. And sometimes without the other help of other people. If you want a clean version, make it yourself. I'm not going to censor this. Sorry. Forgive me, but yeah. Let's see here. Man, where was I at? Man, where was I at? Man, I don't even know. Anywho, I think I was here. Dang. I learned, my pops told me to do good in school so I could avoid all this bullshit. There we go. Avoid not getting treated how I should. I advise you do the same thing, because if I could take it back, I would. Enough with the regret, sadness, and pain and everything I achieved. And I just got to owe it to God and self-development, man. Shoot, I am struggling right now. Holy smokes. Hold on. See, I'm just giving y'all this raw stuff right here. All right. Avoid not getting treated how I should. I advise you to do the same thing, because if I could take it back, I would. Enough with the regret, sadness, and pain and everything I achieved. And I just got to owe it to God and self-development, man. I'm going to school right now trying to make something better of myself. I'm in here. I'm recording. That's all I could really ask for. So I just had to vent to y'all real quick. Death to the old me, birth to the new me. You feel that? Everyone that listened to this point, I appreciate you, man. It's a growing process. I can't say I've done everything right to this point, but I don't have regrets in the sense of, I'm glad it happened the way it did. So y'all hear more from me later. Léon Borealis. Until next time. So that's the end of that track. If you want the more authentic version, you know where to find it. But besides me reworking it later, of course. But yeah, I mean, gosh, I guess I'm gonna review Caribou Coffee and Einstein Bagels right now. Carl, you're my manager, bro. I don't know how that turned out so bad, honestly. Like I walked in looking all dapper. Einstein Bagels by Target. Colorado Mills is where I walked in there, and it was like an on-site interview, and I met you for the first time. And you hired me. You don't even know me, and you hired me for this job. So, and I love your family and stuff. Like, I ain't gonna say everything we talked about and did, but I mean, it was cool. And I mean, the reason, why this stuff fell apart is because, I mean, there's a lot of women on the team, and it's like, like, shoot, like, I ain't gonna lie and say I wasn't crushing, but at the same time, I'm a baker, so it's like I did my thing. I was, doing my thing with baking. I'll get to that later, the semantics later, but in terms of the job itself, I don't know how y'all bought a building, and it was the one off of First and Wadsworth. I don't know how y'all bought the building without seeing if the refrigerator insulated correctly, because the bagels did not slack properly, and it took forever to fix that. And then we had the issue with the oven where they wouldn't cook properly. They wouldn't rise right because the steam wasn't being kept in the oven like it should. It took 3 to 4 months before y'all believe me. Not Carl believed me, but everybody else, like, you had to send hella people in there, and people thought I just wasn't doing my job right. And it took people doing bakes with me to see that it actually is the oven and other factors, and it wasn't me. So I mean, you look back and you look at Brendan and Wes, what up? We got a collab project coming this year, good. Anywho, but shout out to the whole crew. I mean, I mess with y'all heavy. But yeah, I didn't really care about my job as a baker once I saw y'all didn't care about it too much. So I left because my hours got cut when I was, working, and I needed that money. And you were the only ones, Carl, that was trying to give me that money to work overnight. That's why I went back to overnights, because I couldn't really, I had to stay on overnight, because that's the only thing that was paying enough for me to survive. So in terms of the situation that happened with the people that I work with, again, yeah, there is a few girls on the team. I'm not going to say any names, but I mean, yes, I'm a flirtatious dude. I've been a flirtatious dude since I've been a little kid. So, that's when I was with my ex-fiance, and eventually word got around that all I was trying to do was get with everybody, and I was like, So y'all wonder why I got really cold towards the end there, like when I wasn't really talking to anybody. That's why, because I heard that I was just going around hunting, and it's not the case, but okay. But like I said, I'm solo polyamorous, so it is what it is. And like I said, I'm not gonna not appreciate. And I wasn't sitting here like, again, I'm a victim of sexual abuse, people. I'm not gonna sit here and, like, come on, like, haven't you heard of all the cases of my people in general getting falsely accused of rape and all that? Like, I'm not here for that. So so yeah, I backed off and I got cold. And it was petty of me to play Barney's song. And when I was playing a lot of rap, I played Barney's song because somebody told me that, I was playing too much inappropriate music in the back. So I played some Barney. I was real petty. So forgive me on that. Forgive me in general. So, all right, I'm going to hit the next track. All right. 1,